Ultimately, the buck stops with me. As president, I have a solemn responsibility to protect our nation and our people. And when the system fails, it is my responsibility.
Okay, you're going to hear more of that bull crap coming up in just a few minutes. The president's going to speak, and he's going to say the buck stops with me. I have to take responsibility. Okay, that's good and everything. It sounds great, and if you actually believed it, it would be good. But questions were being asked about the security failure at Benghazi, and how can this man take any responsibility because he's not there? Leon Panetta ran flak, said the president had nothing to do with it. This is the media red flag they should have caught. Watch this.
As to specifics about time, et cetera, no, he just left that up to us.
Did you have any further communications with him that night?
No.
Did you have any other further communications? Did he ever call you that night to say, how are things going? What's going on? Where's the consulate?
No, but we were aware that as we were getting information on what was taking place there, particularly when we got information that the ambassador, his life had been lost, we were aware that that information went to the White House.
Did you communicate with anyone else at the White House that night?
No.
No one else called you to say?
No. Nobody called. They never called. I want you to ask yourself honestly, ask your friends, common sense, is that wise? Is that even possible? Ask your friends that. Obama is informed about the assault. He shows no interest. He never calls. No one from the White House ever calls. The military is in action. An ambassador is under siege. We have people fighting. He turns in for the night, and the president promised to get to the bottom of it, seek justice for his fallen friend. And that appeased the media, and they were like, okay, he means it this time. We're going to keep investigators, looking at it, except he's kept investigators out of the crime scene for critical days. With the IRS, the president blamed low-level staffers in Cincinnati. He said he only became aware of the IRS abuse on Friday when he was watching the news. This is him. Watch.
Well, let me take the IRS situation first. I first learned about it from the same news reports that I think most people learned about this.
I want you to remember this at 6 o'clock. I heard it, I think, on Friday when everybody else heard it. I heard it from the news media. But on board Air Force One Monday, Jay Carney said the president was notified nearly 3 weeks ago, the week of April 22nd. He was pretty specific. Okay, he's telling us that he learned about it in the press. But let's ask this. Which is common sense? He learned about it in the press? Or at least 3 weeks ago? At least. He wants us to believe that an IRS under his White House, that's Treasury, had been abusing power for 3 years. The director knew about it. At the very latest, at least a year ago. They knew that we were asking questions. They knew we reported on it over a year ago. Investigations were started. And then big organizations started to gather for a lawsuit. And they never told the President of the United States anything at all about it? Nothing? Then the AP story. Eric Holder said yesterday, it's the most serious leak he has ever seen.
This was a very serious leak. And a very, very serious leak. I've been a prosecutor since 1976, and I have to say that this is among, if not the most serious, it is within the top 2 or 3.
Okay, let's just think about this. This is one of the top 2 or 3 most dangerous, serious leak in the history of the United States. So, he doesn't tell the president? He doesn't tell him because the president says he didn't know about it. He takes the unprecedented action in illegally tapping phones of the AP, and the president wasn't notified? Oh, my gosh. Can I ask a question? Is there anything this president does know? He pleads ignorance, passes the buck to the Pentagon, the State Department, the Treasury, the IRS, the CIA, the FBI, the DOJ. You notice that there's one place left off of that list, and that's the White House. The buck never manages to stop there. It's perfect at the White House, yet everybody he appoints, there's a problem there, a serious problem. Hillary Clinton said, it's 3 a.m. Who do you want answering the phone? Can I ask a question? Does anybody in the White House, does Obama even have a phone? Because he doesn't ever seem to answer. He doesn't seem to know anything. He's never available for a call. I don't know if those big, huge ears of his even work. I don't know if he can hear. What does he know? And if he didn't know any of those things, the guy should be fired for incompetence. He's on the golf course too much.